Yes, hello, and welcome back to another Talking Parra podcast. Look, straight off the bat, apologies for the late start, but we will make it up to you by going 6, 7, 8 minutes longer than usual. Sorry about that, guys, but welcome to another episode.
Did you tell your missus that on birthday as well, or just us?
Sorry? What was
Doesn't
that?
matter. Just get on with it.
Anyway, come back to me with that one. But anyway, we don't have a full house tonight. Hayden isn't joining us from the Entertain House tonight. You'll see him in the comments. There he is. There, he had a little bit of surgery, middle season surgery, so he's out for a week. I think Joel got a hold of him last week at the Sharks game. I don't know. But anyway, we've got Maddie from Tate Sports Cards, one of the proud sponsors of the Talking Parra podcast, joining us tonight. We've got Jake as well, who's a bit confused, asking the question there, Marnie or Ennis. We've got Joel from League of Inches, going the Blues, absolutely. We've got myself, Troy, from the Paracade podcast, and we've got Mr. Adam from in a row something. So yeah, there we go. How you going, Adam? How you going tonight?
Not good, clearly, because it should say one in a row, so we'll fix that up. FYI.
Okay, you have had some major technical issues tonight, haven't you?
Yeah.
Are you right to go?
It's hard. It's just hard because, I'm keeping this thing going, obviously, with all the posting and the content on the show. And when things go down and all of a sudden I start to struggle, as you can hear by my voice, you just go to shit without me. So I've had to pull it out and get on with it tonight. First of all, Troy, before we start, I want to know, what did you get the missus for a birthday? Because if you're doing some kind of role play with that king hat on, I don't think she's been that lucky. So what did you get her for a birthday?
Mate, I'm the lucky one being married to her. I'm obviously punching, but a bit of perfume, bit of this, bit of that. We've already had the cake already, so just to join.
Did you eat it too?
I had a small slice. Happy birthday to Marlon as well. It's his birthday as well today, so happy birthday.
Hope you didn't eat his cake. All right, let's get on with the podcast. Sorry for the delay. It was my fault. I don't know what happened. I feel like we've been bugged. I feel like someone doesn't wanting me talking anymore. So they've decided to somehow take out my audio because it was working fine last night with League of Inches. All of a sudden tonight it's gone to shit. So if you've tapped in and tried to stop me, congratulations, it's worked because it was absolutely terrible. All right. I swear to God, that's 2 nights in a row. My father's called me as soon as I've gone live. So I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, like BA's daughter used to do to BA, but enough is enough. Here I want to start. I've got half a voice. Joel, what happened? Where were we last Thursday? Game. How good? Talk us through it.
Yeah, great game. I was there in person. So shout out Parramatta. I've got the solution for you. I've been to 2 games this year, both at CommBank. We're 2 from 2. So I am the lucky charm. You clearly have to fly me to every game. So I don't want it. I'll do it. I'll help the supporters out. We'll win the comp as long as I am there at the game. We have got this at home only because Magic Round we won't talk about. So, at home, CommBank, get me there. Any home game, we win it.
How many home games we got left, Joel?
No idea. That's up to you. So,
what happens if we do that? What happens if we do that? We make the grand final. Then what happens?
Hopefully, it's a home game and they fly in there.
Hopefully it's at CommBank. Hopefully we somehow ANZ gets blown up or something at some point and we've got to play.
I should have mentioned that you were a celebrity last week, Joel, stalking Danica Mason in the background there in the field club.
Shout out to the field club. Shout out to Jason as well. He does watch occasionally. Got a ticket to the field club. Amazing experience. Like, no lie, please, everyone, I'm not even trying to sell this. I'll get nothing for it, whatever. Please go and experience it. Save up for it. I think it's pretty expensive, but it's worth it. It is a really cool experience. Probably the best game day experience I've ever had to date. So right up there. It was sensational.
and you might be able to still.
But before we get to the game, I've got me thought back. I'm thinking normal again, or as normal as I can think. So I guess Parramatta actually having a win kind of threw me off. I didn't know how to start this podcast. But once again, guys, thanks for our sponsors, Paradise Mowing Solutions. I'm going really well here. Obviously, Tate Sports Cards as well, the other sponsor, and BMA Trucking as well. Final reminder, once again, we've got that BMA Trucking. Sorry, we don't. What's it called?
It went off again.
Yeah, it went off again. It went off for $65. So it went off again to Brad Allen. Sorry, I'm having a shocker. This is what happens when you make me do 3 podcasts in a row, Joel. This is absolutely terrible. I just have no train of thought. So it went off again. So I'll start at $50 again this week. So we'll get that up tomorrow. Obviously, the other one, thanks to Tate Sports Card. That's that bloke down there. Where is he? Down there. Yep. Wave, Matt. We've got obviously the box tickets as well for Legends Now's tickets to 2 to give away, so get on and do that. Don't forget to share this tonight. Let us know when you've shared it. We'll chuck another person in for the other 1 ticket. So let us know when you've shared it, and we'll star that, and we'll pick someone then who's contributed throughout the night. So get your funniest comedies, some kind of thing, and we'll think you pick it. So Michael Martin, shut up, honestly. Just shut up. You don't even podcast anymore. No, I'm crook as it comes, Hayden. I've got a chest infection, and I'm on that many antibiotics. So that's all I've got to start with then. Obviously, let's go to the game. Matt, do your job. Get me up the score. That I sent through to you earlier. 34-22. We obviously won that game on Thursday night. Yep, there it is. I'm doing a lot of graphics here. Is there a funny comment or is it me? I don't know.
No, we're just loving your new graphic work, Adam. It's really great that the fans are seeing you do all that stuff now, and I'm sure they really appreciate it.
I do, and I do work a full-time job as well. So it's hard work for some of us to slave away all day and just keep the podcast running, as I said. But obviously that great win there. Shut up, Joel. Could someone run through the stats? Jake, you're the only person I like in here at the moment. Have you got your phone handy? Do you want to run through some of the key stats or what?
I have to look it up. Give me a second.
Oh, well, don't worry. I've already got it ready to go. So...
He designed the post.
It was 16-10 at halftime to Parramatta. Come away with a 34-22 victory. Just running through some of the key stats. Obviously, impressive from Gutherson running 279 metres. Huge from our forward pack. I said our forward pack had to aim up, and they did aim up, which was huge. I thought Cam McGillard and Paulo. Obviously, Cam McGillard running for 179 metres. Paulo for... Matt, did I send you through the stats one? I didn't send you through the stats one, did I? This is why I'm struggling. I haven't even got my own stats one in front of me.
I just had it.
You had it? Can you get it?
Run meters, Clint Gutherson 279, Will Penasini 184, Regan Cam McGillard 179, Bailey Simonson 154 on one knee, and Junior Paolo 149 meters. What's the next one you want?
No, I'll get it myself. It's all right. I thought Brendan Hands making 55 tackles was huge as well. Obviously, the try scorer, Sevo with a double, Dylan Brown, Will Penasini, Junior Paulo getting a rare try, Bailey Simonson, as you said, on one knee, scoring a try as well. Like I said, Gutherson, 26 runs, absolutely crazy, and obviously a pretty good return to Mitchell Moses. I'll go to you first, Troy. Obviously, your thoughts on the game, your player of the game, and your moment of the game.
Okay, so thoughts on the game. It was a much improved effort from the team. Look, as Gus Gould said the other day, where has that been all year, despite not having Mitch and Gutho in the side? It's strange when they come back and the team performs like this. I don't know why. But anyway, it was great to see them back. Mitchell, he absolutely took control of the game. His kicking game was massive, 652 metres, something like that. And look, Gutho, he just really competed on everything again. His runs were determined. Sitting where I sit behind the post, you can just see them line up to take the shot, to take the runs, and there's pretty much venom in their runs. But we expect that from Gutho every week. I think Dylan Brown, he had a good game. He scored a great try. A little bit less pressure taken off him with Mitchell back. But yeah, I thought Bailey, when he went down there with that knee, I thought he would have been taken off, and then Blaze just come straight on. But it's strange why he didn't. But we all know now what's happened with that. But probably Mitchell Moses, probably player of the match, I'd say. But Brendan Hands, he made a massive difference as well.
Yeah, for sure. Your moment of the match, you said, lovely. Your player of the match, you've said. Joel, fire away.
Oh goodness me, I'm loving this. Yeah, I'll go someone else.
I'm just
enjoying this way too much. Jake hasn't said a word. Jake in.
I've still turned up for you guys tonight, all right? For you guys, for everyone in the comments, even though I'm clearly struggling. So, Jake, go.
Oh, I had forgotten what it was like to win. It was there was moments that had me up, standing up and yelling at the TV because they can hear me. You can hear you through the TV, of course. Player of the match, and I know everyone or a lot of people are going to say, Mitchell Moses, and he did smash it, and he probably deserves it. But that 279 run meters or whatever it was from Gutherson just blew me away. And it's coming back from literally just having his knee redone, which he looked pretty dodgy on at times in that game. And the fact that he just pushed through and still competed and managed to do that is incredible. Anyone who says that he isn't the heart and soul of this team is wrong. Okay, Mitch made a massive difference, but player of the game has to definitely go to Gutherson. And moment of the game, that Paulo try, man. That Paulo try was the best thing I've seen him do in so long, and it was so refreshing to see him run the way he should run every single time. Loved that. That was my favorite bit.
Jake, the boys got you up, and Gutho blew you away. Just what I wanted to hear about. Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was good to get the win. We kind of expected it with Mitch and Guffo back. I think my player of the match was, I'm going to say Hands for his service. There you go, Adam. Hands for his service. But yeah, like all the talk around training was actually Mitch was the one that asked for Hands. But yeah, moment of the match, I'm going to say the junior try because he actually remembered he was a front rower and not a halfback. So shout out junior. But yeah, at least it's good to see the boys actually show some energy when we scored, except for obviously that one player after juniors try that just strolled over, but we won't name names. But yeah, it was just good to get the win and we needed it. Barrett come out like he was coaching all year and he's like, we needed that. I'm like, it's just second day.
And interestingly, Trent Barrett's first win as coaches for Canterbury and Manly were against the Sharks as well.
Oh, so it's good.
I'll sleep well now on that tonight, Troy. I will sleep. I'll sleep well.
Rando,
just on that junior try, it was good to see Junior running a bit wider as well. And like a lot of people were saying that obviously Trent hasn't had a lot of time to work with the team training sessions, so things aren't going to change quick. But that was a clear tactic and set play to have Junior run wider. And it worked. It was a barnstorming run. As you said, he realised he can actually run hard again. He must have thought he had his Samoan jersey on, but he ran over the top of, carried 4 or 5 people with him and got the ball down the way. It was incredible. So hopefully we see the best out of Junior again now because, like I said, he's really struggled for about a year and a half. Before we go, Joel, because he had his chance and he blew it. So my moment of the match was the Mitch scooting down the short side, obviously for that play, try to Bailey as well. There was another moment as well where he took him on as well and he threw a flick pass and it wasn't quite right. Bailey kind of overran it a little bit. We'll figure the bloke he was on one leg, but it would have been absolutely perfect as well. It would have been another option there. So we used to see a lot of that from Mitch in 2017, those short side raids. We saw it in 2022 as well. So certainly called him out big time. My player of the match, well, I've got to give it to Mitch, but like I said, it was one of those games where I feel like everyone had a crack. And I'm not going to really bag out any players because the players who previously bagged out, and I'll just come out and say him, Sevo was solid once again. I know Charles probably sitting there going, Sevo, once again, he turned up and had another crack, and that's all he's got to do. Just remember, he's a winger. He doesn't have to be the best player on the field. He's got to do his job, and he did his job. That's all we want from him. He went a little bit above doing his job, actually. Lane off the bench, much better. We saw the comments in the press conference after. Simplifying his game and not making him think is a good way to put it. And Gutho laughing at it. Look, in 2022, Sean Lane started the season off the bench playing as a middle. He got into some career best form when he got a bit of confidence up doing that. So, look, I think he will finish his career probably playing that middle role off the bench, lock, front row, whatever it is. But if he gets some confidence up and he does need to be used for a bit in the second row, there's an option of that as well. And Lussick was obviously dropped, so we're not going to bag him out. Often Gowie, I thought, was incredible as well. I think that's his best game in the blue and gold. Thought he was incredible playing that lock position. And he's another person who's come under a bit of scrutiny as well. And finally, Sean Russell. Sean Russell has been moved to the wing. We'll go up with the team later. He's starting to develop as a centre. He's really starting to develop as a centre. So obviously got a passing game that's developing in there, finding the breaks and running. If you go back and watch the game and concentrate on the lines, even when he's not getting the ball, Sean Russell was running some brilliant lines. I've got Will, who's obviously the steppy one with the flick pass and stuff like that. No, not that Sean. Sean Russell. And he was absolutely brilliant. Even when he doesn't receive the lines he was running. Joel, your thoughts on the game?
You can't throw to me straight after that.
Yes, I can.
Look,
because if you know, you know.
And he did.
I know a couple of people were sort of saying this. It was a weird feeling after that game. I don't know what it was, but I wanted to be so excited after it, and I just wasn't. I don't know what it was, but
maybe it was.
I don't know if I was let down. I don't know if I felt like it was a bit. I felt a bit embarrassed because it sort of solidified to me that we're basically a two-man team, Moses and Gutho, and I felt like that's a little bit embarrassing for the standard that we're at the moment to rely so heavily on those two players. Both were outstanding. I agree with what Jake's saying. Gutho is so crucial to us at fullback at the moment. It's just stupid to say put him anywhere else. He's literally the heart and soul of this team, and without him at the back doing what he does each week, we are so lucky to have him. I think Brendan Hands is my player of the match just because of how much better we looked with a proper hooker and him doing what I know he's been able to do probably a year ago now when Brad Arthur started to play with his confidence, and he's basically just been fading away ever since that. So I was glad to see him come back with a bit of confidence and play where I think we would need him to play, because I don't think we'll be able to keep Matt Arthur moving forward. So we're going to have to probably turn to Brendan Hands now as probably our future hooker. And I think if we can keep playing like that and build off that, we're in good stead. And shout out to Bailey Simonson. Obviously played majority of that game. We all saw it with pretty much no ACL. Done his ACL during the game, and to continue and play then with the efforts. There was a couple of times he chased back in D and stuff. Like, what an effort. So shout out to Bailey as well. It's a bit of a blow. We've got pretty much no backline anymore. So it's going to be really hard for any more injuries. We're almost stuffed, but we'll see what happens. But take the win where we can get it. I'm not getting overexcited yet. I think there's still some work, especially in defense, that we need to do to get a lot better there to challenge the bigger, better teams. But a win's a win.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll go to that now. Thank you, Matt. Bailey Simonson obviously out for the season. It's believed he did the injury against the Cowboys. He did a partial tear of his ACL then, and he's played on it for the last 6 weeks. Did not miss any game time. Obviously saw him come off in that game. Didn't miss any weeks, and he's obviously fully torn it. And he saw him fully tear it. Obviously happened in the first half when he went down. Continued to play. Was it the first half? No, it was early in the second half, and continued to play on the rest of the game. So shout out to Bailey first of all. He's one tough bastard. We don't need to touch too much on the injury, but what I want to touch on is Bailey obviously being off contract. During some poor performances, it's easy for a player to stand out, but I think that Bailey has earned himself another contract. We know his preference is to stay at Parramatta. There was about 3 clubs believed to be circling him. I think some of those clubs will lose interest in the fact he's done his ACL. Parramatta should be showing him the respect for how he was playing and obviously taking that risk. Look, we've made worse decisions and signed players from other clubs coming off ACL injuries at 32. So to put a bit of faith in Bailey and what he's done, I don't think it's that bad a thing. So
how old is he? Sorry, do you know?
He's still not that old. About 27, 28, 26, yeah. Yeah, I've got no idea. I know he's about that 20. He's a bit younger than Mitch and Gut. Gutho, who I know approaching 30. So,
26.
Yes, 26. So he's still young, plenty of time to come back. First major setback as well. Just quickly go around the rooms. You're giving Bailey, how long are you giving him? I'm going to give him a 2-year deal with no player option. That's for sure. Jake, what are you doing?
I'd be okay with 3 years. I mean, I when he first came to this club and he first started playing on the wing, I wanted him out of the club and gone as far away as possible. I really did. I did not rate him at all. But the last probably season and a half has proven to me that he's first of all good at being able to play center and wing, and also he should he definitely deserves that crack just based on effort that he puts in every week. 3 years.
Matt?
Yeah, I'd go 2 years.
Let us know in the comments as well, guys. It's staying.
Yeah, I'd go 2
getting rid
years.
of.
Obviously, the long-term deals are burning us at the moment with a couple of the players that are currently at the club. But yeah, he's deserved his spot, especially after that semi-final against Canberra a couple of years back, where he didn't get picked, but he still helped the team and done video sessions showing them the weaknesses and stuff. And I just like how he came out to us, and I'm like, "Oh, how's the knee?" He goes, "Yeah, it'll be sweet." After the game, and I'm like, okay. But yeah.
Troy?
Yeah, look, I'll just keep on going along. I think 2 years is pretty suffice. I think he's probably been our best player this year, to be honest. And yeah, despite the injury, re-sign him for another couple of years.
And fire at me, Joel. We're getting pokies. We're getting free spins 5 in a row. 3 games?
No.
Yes, no?
I'm a bit confused with this one. I'm a bit torn because I'm with Jake. I haven't rated him for a while. He has changed my mind this year. He's been one of those players that actually have looked like they've got a bit of pride about their performances week in, week out. So the only worry is it's an ACL, and we all know now it takes players quite some time to come back from this, not just in terms of healing and they're back in, say, 6 to 9 months, but then it's the confidence in the leg. That's another 6 to 9 months. So it's quite a long injury. So if we only give him, say, 2 years, I don't think we'll get to see the best of him in that 2-year period.
I just want to highlight,
it's going to take
before
him a
you
while.
continue, we can't compare this to the Hayes one because Hayes was ACL, MCL, everything. So
I'm not comparing it to the Hayes. I'm not comparing it to Hayes. I'm comparing it to everyone that's done ACLs. I don't remember the last time a player's come back from an ACL and been the same player. Like, please tell me someone.
Well, even if you look at
took him a long time. It took him a long time.
He came back a smarter, better player, though, didn't he? Like,
I wouldn't say he came back
smart.
Is that Gutho you're talking about?
That's the thing. Gutho.
He didn't come back that when he first came back from the injury straight away. He actually wasn't playing all that well. It took him time to develop that change of
he was almost scared to get tackled as well, and
the thing with Bailey
we probably need a winger. So we need a quick winger. We need speed in our back line.
Yeah. His biggest thing is his speed. With obviously Lomax coming next year, Penasini, you got Richard Penasini coming through, and obviously he's returning from an ACL as well. Blaze, who could play in the centres as well, who is this week. Russell, who now you would think would be a better centre than a winger. As you said, we need specialist winger. Yeah, if he's lost his speed, that is Bailey's strength. So I'm thinking a 2-year deal with a club option after that. They're going to put a club option there. We've got lots of good young players coming through. There's no doubt about that with speed. So anyway, look, that's all we'll touch on there. But what we're going to touch on now, and I'm going to throw this one up. So Matt, throw up the David Nofaluma one. Now, guys, this is a suggestion. And before we have our comments, I'm going to say this. All right. Every week we get on this show, and every week there's comments, and every week on the Parramatta there's comments about how we have no fucking depth. Okay. Now, I have put out to sign him as a depth signing. Now, we know he's not going to demand the money he's on the Tigers. Now, everyone wants to talk about how he left the Tigers. The Tigers are an absolute fucking basket case, okay? I want you to look at David Nofaluna for the majority of time he's there. You take him away from the Tigers. You send him to Melbourne in a professionally run organisation for 6 games, then return him to the Tigers and expect him to be the same player. No chance that's ever going to happen. Honestly, it's like being with a supermodel and then returning to a 4. It's just, you're never going to look at things the same, are you? Okay, so what I want to say about that is he's 30. He's not He's not old. He's only 30. He's a depth signing to play New South Wales Cup would come if we need it, with obviously other players we've got returning from injuries for the rest of the year. And if he earns it, obviously stays for next year. And we need a winger badly because at the moment, and this is one of the questions that was asked as well, at the moment, if we get one more winger or one more back injured, we're bringing in Morgan Harper. After that, we're bringing in Zach Cheney. All right, that's where we're at the moment. So we do need to sign someone desperately. So I want your thoughts on Nofaluma, and I'll start with you, Troy, because I reckon you'll be the most positive, even though you're probably going to say no. If you're not signing Nofaluma, is there anyone out there you're going to get? Because we desperately need to sign some depth for our backs. We've got Ron Massey Cup players playing in New South Wales Cup at the moment. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but we will probably also signed Morgan Harper for a little bit of depth as well, and everyone didn't like that one either. But look, I probably wouldn't sign him only because of the way that he did lead the Tigers and the way that he's wanting to come back to Australia as well. I mean, no matter if you're unhappy at a place, at a club, say over in England, then you still turn up for your job and you still do your job, but you try and work out a way to come back home. You don't just not turn up to training or games kicking stones. You turn up, you train, you play, and you try and work out a way that's going to be admirable for both sides to come back home. And I don't think he'd be the right solution for Parramatta. Cheap, yes. Cheap.
And just remember, I'm talking a minimum deal, 150,000 here, when we've got 4 spots available. It's just a bit of depth there. In an ideal world, he doesn't play first grade, but you put him in New South Wales Cup and he starts scoring 2 or 3 tries a game, and he gets back to the form he showed for most of his career at the Tigers and Melbourne, and we get another injury, and he's knocking on the door. It's better than what we have at the moment, is what I'm saying. Anyway, Matt, thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to throw this one up because everyone knows.
He's staying over in England.
See, I'd love Jai and Bevan back, but you see what they're doing in England. There's no way they're going to let them go.
Sorry. Can we clarify? I want to clarify this comment because I was waiting for someone to bring up Bevan French. So we're going to bring a bloke back that spat the dummy, refused to touch the ball essentially through a game and stayed on the wing and touched the ball twice, who did wrong by our club and by our fans and did not give a shit and packed his bags and went overseas, as opposed to a bloke who's done nothing wrong by our club but might have had a bit of bad time. And you don't know what was going on through his head as well.
That's effectively what Nofaluma's done at the Tigers, by the way. What you literally just said.
Yeah, he has. He hasn't done it to our club, though.
So why do we want that? We're trying to change the club culture. We don't want someone like that in the club. Keep it junior.
A lot of it with Bevan, yeah, we know the story there. But yeah, I'm a fan for Norfolk. I think he should have came before when he started hanging around. When Mitch come across, and then there was the rumors that he was going to sign mid-season, and then he went out for lunch that time with the boys, and Junior Paulo put up a post saying the missing piece of the puzzle. And yeah, I'm a fan for the signing. I reckon good experience and him and Mitch's combination. But yeah, I think for depth, yeah, because you look at, we've got 3 wingers out now for the rest of the year through ACLs. We've got another one out for the next 8 weeks with a torn hammy. So yeah, it's Zach
Dunster as well.
Yeah.
Harper. Exactly right. Yeah, depth being the key word. Joel, give me a better option. I know you're against it. Give me your thoughts why against it. Give me a better option for a depth signing.
I just don't want someone like that around the club. We're trying to change the culture at the moment. We're about to get a new coach in. We're talking about possibly changing the board and things like that and getting some new faces in. We've already got some players with some poor attitudes around the place. Why we want someone who's literally a ticking time bomb, who, if let's say hypothetically we're having a poor season next year, we don't know if he's going to stay around. He could just pack up his bags and go one week. We don't need that. It's horrible. It's a horrible choice. Like, even contemplating having that in, that's taking me back to those wooden spoonies where we're signing things like Paul Fadawira and stuff like that. Come on, seriously. bring in, just look at the juniors we've got coming through. We've got a great SG ball team last year who are starting to do some good things in New South Wales Cup. We've got a couple other kids coming through. There's kids galore. We should be looking at kids getting those sorts of minimum contracts, not a guy who, for mine, doesn't deserve another chance. He's spat his toys out twice now at 2 different clubs within a 6-month period. This isn't like it's happened over a 6-year period. If we're talking about him 5 years ago, 100% go after and sign him. He's a changed guy, and he hasn't changed for the better, in my opinion. So I don't want that anywhere near our club. If anything, I think he's a cancer. I don't want that at our club.
The problem is, and I get the point you're saying about the juniors coming through, then they're all fucking injured. Like, I'm thinking short term here. If we get another couple of injuries, we're screwed. And all those good juniors we've started to bring through, Ethan Martin, obviously Blazers in first grade, stuff like that. All those ones that have come through, they're either still stuck in Jersey Flegg or they've been playing New South Wales Cup and they're injured. And there lies the biggest problem. We've got to obviously start to blood these Jersey Flegg players now if we think they're going to be something. To New South Wales Cup instead of having Ron Massey Cup players there, because that's the standard they're at, to get them ready if we do get injuries, if we're not going to sign someone. Jake, your thoughts finally?
I think, look, at the absolute maximum, if you were going to do it, potentially minimum, or even train and trial, minimum deal for 1 year would be the absolute maximum that you do. But my biggest thing with him is it going to negatively affect morale? I feel like we're a team that has to be riding high a lot of the time. And if you have somebody who's coming in that is going to negatively affect morale, not be coming to training sessions and then be a general, not a good vibe for the team kind of thing, I don't want him anywhere really near the club. Like, there have got to be other options. I was even looking, I know he's a winger, not a centre, but I'd love possibly to bring in Paul Alamotti over if we could steal him from the Panthers somehow. I wish we grabbed him when he was off contract at the Dogs. I really rate him, but I don't think Noffa personally is the right fit for the club. I just think he's been unprofessional at 2 other clubs now. We know that. Why are we taking a chance on him?
Yeah. I'll touch on just that comment there that obviously Corey put in. I don't think that if they're not going to release him to us, they're going to release him to Penrith with Zach Lomax, the Dragons. And if they are going to do that, and Zach does choose to go to Penrith for a bit of glory, he proves he's not the kind of player you want around your club. It's as simple as that. If Zach is free to leave St. George early and we have room for him, he should be coming to us, and our club should be doing everything they can to make that happen. It's as simple as that. I guess another player I'd be kind of looking at is...
He won't have a say in that. That'll be between the Dragons and the Penrith Panthers. Like, he can kick stones and then say, I want to sit out for the next 6 months. That's up to him to say that. But if the Penrith Panthers and the St. George Illawarra Dragons come up with an agreement, then unfortunately we just have to sit in the middle because it's got nothing to do with us yet until November 1.
Our club needs to get in. Get in,
yeah,
do
but it's a bit
whatever
harsh
they
to say
can,
that
is what I'm
about him.
saying.
Like, he doesn't get to say
It's
about
a
that.
simple...
And the other way you can think about it is he gets to go and experience that culture and then bring that over to us, the Penrith culture, for a couple of months. That's the other way to look at it.
Hunting. I look at it as glory hunting. And if I'm Parramatta, we do have a chance.
Well,
if St. George are willing to release him, we're doing everything we can. I know, obviously, Madison's gone at the moment. He's been told he's not required by the club. We're offering Madison. We're offering whoever we can to get him here this year, whatever we've got depth in. I think our depth is a second row where St. George are kind of struggling. I'm going to run this through the off-contract list quickly. Anything you like on here. This is for 2024. So it's players, obviously, that are looking to either get a contract for next year, might be available to leave early. Some of them looking to save their career. Jordan Pereira, Corey Oates, Nick Kotrick, Jordan Rapana, James Schiller. Yeah, I'm going to go through Hayes Perham, Billy Burns, Ed Trickley, Ewan Aiken, Tessie New, Valence Tiwau, or whatever his name is, from the Dolphins.
I think it's
just slowly go. Yeah, some of these could have been re-signed since then, but just running through these players to see what's available. Grant Anderson from the Storm, Remy and Smith, young Tonamapia, David Armstrong from Newcastle, Tuala from Newcastle, Kyle Felt, you think could be due for retirement, Semi Valamy, Paul Alamotti, who's on a 1-year deal there, Dane Laurie, Isaiah Tass, Tane Milne. There's not a lot else really floating around. Daniel Tupou's re-signed, hasn't he? Michael Jennings.
You've lost me.
Anyone
I
there?
don't know where you're up to. I forget
Is there anyone that
Probably
caught your attention?
maybe James Schiller from Canberra.
Yeah, I don't mind James Schiller. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I believe he's going to. Where's he going, Schiller? He's looking to be signing for someone next year and leaving. I don't know if it's the Titans, maybe. But still, like I said, there's a few options there. Players off contract that a lot of them aren't featuring currently in their club. So some depth signings there if we're not looking obviously towards David Nofaluma. Moving on from that was great. That took up way too much time, but we got these signed for Newcastle. Thank you. Yeah, I knew he'd gone somewhere. That's a dumb career move from him. It means he gets abuse thrown at him from me. Look, moving on from that game, we'll quickly just run through our predictions. I went 30-10. Troy went 36-20. That was pretty close, Troy. That's actually pretty good from you. Hayden went 28-14. Joel went 26-8 to Cronulla. Matt went 34-12. Jake went 36-12 to Cronulla. So Troy gets the points there. Very close. I just want to highlight, I picked 34-22 the week before. My first try scorer was Dylan Brown. Troy's first try scorer was Oregon Kafusi. Hayden's was Sean Russell. Matt's was Bryce Cartwright. Jake's was also Dylan Brown, which I had as well. So anyway, I don't know how that happened. And Joel had it with Sion Katoa, who scored the first try for the Sharks. So you forgot about that, didn't you?
Yep.
The look of shock on his face.
I'm still reading through the off-contract list.
He's trying to find us a player.
That was a conversation
my
for a minute ago.
Moses to get all try assists. He didn't get all the try assists, but he had a play in our... How many tries did we score? 6. He had a hand in 5 of the 6, so that's pretty good. Didn't get the assists though, but didn't anyway. Bold prediction, Sivo 2 tries for Troy. 3 tries. He scored 2. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get another one. Hayden got Moses 2 assists and a try. No. I think he only got 1 assist somehow. Now, Joel.
Oh, shit game.
I don't know. I don't know how we allowed this to be a bold prediction, but he had the Eels to lead by 8. So technically he got it right. Yeah, that was your bold prediction.
No.
Eels to lead by 8.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He said at some point.
I thought your bold prediction was Eels to lead by 8 before the Sharks come back to beat us. I thought that was the whole prediction.
No, I actually thought I said 16. I don't know where 8's come. I said
you had 16 last. You had 16 last game against South, and then you changed it to 8 this week against Cronulla.
Did he have get beat? Someone said he had get beat.
Jax just said lead by 8 and get beaten. So.
I'm sorry, but I'm giving him points because on Matt's little graph here, it's got Eels to be led by 8. So we're giving him the points. He travelled all the way down from Queensland for the game. We're giving him some points.
Man. What are you doing?
Matt had Moses 3 assists and a try. Jake had Moses and Brown to be only Eels to score.
Captain's challenge. I like that idea.
Let's get to the crowd predictions. The crowd figure was 11,656. I had 10,233.
Let's be fair dinkum here. There was no way in the world there was 11,000 there.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So Adam had 10,233. Hayden had 12,106. Joel had 9,500. Jake had 18,212. And Matt had 11,022. Now Troy was only 133 off because he had 11,533. Now, I just want to highlight the crowd figure they put up was nowhere near what was there. I think we're all going to agree with that. It was Satan as the lowest ticket sales not in a non-COVID affected game at CommBank Stadium. So yeah, they must have had some of those COVID cutout people in the crowd to get that figure up to 11,600. But I think there was about 7 there, to be honest. But what do you got to say, Troy?
I think I get the points overall.
How? Because you get 100. Why?
I was closest to the crowd figure. Sivo got 2 tries and closest to the score.
All right, have a rock off. Go on. Let's go. On air, go. Rock off.
Yeah, have that, you dickhead. Bulls. Run it hard and straight.
Joe, oh, you're both wrong. I wanted you to actually impersonate the Rock, but anyway, oh shit, there's more choice. All right, let's move on. Let's move on from that. Just want to touch on Parramatta's next 5 games because it's obviously a crucial time of the year. We went on a little bit of a run, obviously, around this time last year before falling away. So obviously this week against the Bulldogs, Monday the 10th of June, that King's birthday Monday. Let's get as many people to that game as we can. Support the team. Usually we turn up no matter what to that game and be good because they're flying high, the Dogs at the moment, and the Dogs fans are thinking they're going to win the comp. Week after that, Saturday the 15th of June against the Roosters. Once again, another home game against a very inconsistent Roosters team. It'll be interesting what team turns up. I know I'm on a bus trip with 22 other people and probably going to have a very drunk brother there who is screaming a lot of abuse. So if you see my brother, please, you don't get to choose your siblings. Week after that, we've got the bye, so we should win that one. And the week after that, we've got another bye against the Knights, so we'll win that one. Obviously, a huge game there. Most of us are going to that game. Joel's coming down from Queensland, so it'll be huge. And once again, please turn up for that one because I fucking hate that place. And the week after that, Thursday, the 4th of July, I will miss that game because we'll be on the way to Fiji. Honestly, I think all 4 games are winnable. Obviously, it starts with this week.
Benji Marshall or something? Holiday during the season, mate.
No.
What's going on?
No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it during bye week. I just want to highlight first of all one thing. With Mitchell Moses there in the first 3 rounds, I thought Parramatta were a genuine chance of finishing in the top 4. Now, not to get excited, but what they showed me on Thursday night with 1 game back, and it's only going to get better if we can keep injury free. I generally think all 4 of these games are winnable. He's going to need more work done to his teeth next time I see him. And Matt, can you put him back up for a second? I don't want to look at your faces. So
what am I
can you put it back up for a sec? The fucking next 5 games that we're currently talking about. The game against the Roosters, like I said, the Roosters have been very inconsistent. It's not Origin affected. The bye when Origin players maybe out of Moses does get called into that team. And the game against the Knights, we could have some players backing up, obviously after Origin. But Newcastle, what they showed me on the weekend, I think they'll struggle to win another game this year until they get Ponga back. And South Sydney is 17th. They'll be out for revenge. So I think we can win all 4. Jake, I left you to the end before. Your thoughts? How many do we win out of those four games?
I think it depends on if we beat the Bulldogs first. I think if we lose to them, we lose to the Roosters. But I think if we beat them, we go on to win all 3. That's my hope. I feel like we are a team that runs on momentum very strongly. And if we can get up for this Bulldogs game, which I really do hope we do, especially because and you can see in my headline, I'm hating the way that Reid Marnie has transitioned across over the Bulldogs. I think he's ever since he's got over there, he's just been such a grub. And I swear, I don't know whether
but everyone wants him back at Para.
I don't know if I have
no. I don't want him back at Parramatta. I was happy he left, and I'll stand by that. Continue, Jake.
I don't know whether I had my blue. I don't know if I had blue and gold goggles on when he was here, but was he that much of a grub when he was here? I don't think he was. No. He's gotten worse. He's gotten over there.
No, because he used to be able to punch.
I just saw something in the
They
comments.
do say that money goes to people's heads, and we all know he left for money. So obviously the money's gone to his head. Yes, Matt, what do you got to say?
I just saw something in the comments, and we've not mentioned this winger. But Adam, are you going to be doing some scouting over there for some more Fijian wingers?
I'll try.
Where's your mate Lumi?
I'll see what I can find.
Is he on that off-contract list?
It's actually an interesting point. I actually used to, during Nines competition, I used to coach a bunch of Fijian boys, and a few of them often offered to take me over there and watch some local rugby league and stay in the village and stuff like that. So it's always something I thought I'd love to do. And my brother's got us on an island, Plantation Island, so I don't think there'll be any games happening there unless I get him on the beach and demolish him. But I would love to somehow be able to get to a game over there. It would be incredible to watch, because what I've been told by my Fijian mates is the amount of talent over there, the raw talent that will never get found because the people don't look in the right areas, is huge. So Parramatta, if you happen to be watching and you want to flick me an extra
become
week's
our
accommodation or
recruitment
something
manager.
and some cash, I'll scout for you in Fiji. Anyway, moving on. Are you done, Jake?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think. Oh, sorry, I have one last thing. Was one thing we seem
You
to
actually
have been
you
good
didn't
at
you didn't give us a number.
What
You
was
never
the
said a
what
number.
was
No,
it?
it all
It-
depends
it
on the
was-
Bulldogs game.
Depends on.
Yeah, well,
I
I
want a
did say that,
fucking
but let's say
number.
I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go with 3 and a 4. I just quickly before that
Who are we
though, is
losing
one
to?
thing. Roosters.
Okay, continue
Unfortunately.
now.
Since he's gone over there, I think one thing is he's tried to get under our skin, but it feels like we've been better at getting under his, and that's thrown off their game every time. I don't know if that's just me, but that's something I feel like we've been good at. And I'm hoping RCG puts him flat on his back, and that happens again. That would be awesome.
He's a fly in the head. We've got a whole read segment coming. All right, when we preview the game and talk about this week's team.
Sorry, my bad.
You're bad. That's all right. I'll forgive you. You're the new guy. You're all right. Remember, the only one I like at the moment. Matt, how many do we win?
I think we can win all of them, to be honest. Let's see how our wingers stay fit. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I think Mitch and Guffo now will just go on a bit of a run and we start stringing some wins together. And I think this is a perfect time to get back in at 8. And we're only what? It's strange. Like we've been going so bad, and then you look at the ladder and you're like, shit, we're only like 2 wins out of the 8.
Yeah, it's because of the inconsistency of the other teams. 2 wins, but essentially we're 3 because of our for and against. We need some big wins. Troy?
Well, if Joel's coming to the Newcastle game, there's 1 win. And if Parramatta fly
No, it's
him
an away
down-
game. It's an away. It doesn't
Well,
work.
yeah, but it's still going to be a live Parramatta game. But, you'll break the trend at that game. And if it comes to the Combank games against South, and the Roosters will win those ones if Parramatta fly him down. So I'm with Matt. We'll win all 4.
Yep. Joel?
I've got to go a bit more realistic here. I can't get too excited yet. I haven't seen enough from this team. I'll say 2 from 4. I think the Dogs are. I hate saying it, but the Dogs have been impressing me. Their defense is on. They're a very good defensive outfit. That's something we're still struggling with, and I just hate versing the Roosters. They just seem to constantly be better than us, no matter what's happening at that time of year. So yeah, I'll go 2 from 4. I think we'll go on a run after the bye, beat those couple, and see what happens.
Fair enough. Well, we can segue into this now. We're in the exact same position as the exact same date it was the other day that Parramatta went on to make their 2009 run. We're sitting on the same wins, the same amount of games remaining. So I guess we need to start this week. And controversial photos, of course. But I think this week can build the
put
momentum.
Jeff Robson in there. That's controversial.
If we win this game with a big crowd there on Monday, and it'll be like a finals kind of experience, because it will be a finals kind of experience, because of if we get a big crowd there, I think momentum will build massively off that for our next home game against the Roosters. If we beat the Dogs and win 2 in a row, the crowd will turn up for that Roosters game on a Saturday night. There'll be 20,000 there at least. And all of a sudden we get a bit of momentum and we go into a bye and a game against Newcastle. I'll ask the question. It doesn't need to be about the 2009 run. Will we make the 8? Joel?
Will we or can we?
Will we?
Funnily enough, I did a ladder prediction this afternoon, and I don't have us making the 8, unfortunately. Once again, our start to the season is going to absolutely fuck us over.
Where have you got us when you have that ladder prediction, FYI?
Let me just quickly Let me just bring it up.
I'm glad you used the words. I'm glad you used the words. Bring it up, unlike Jake. Yep, Jake.
Yes, I got us 12th, which is only a win and a half out of the 8.
Which is going to be just as frustrating as last year. Jake?
Yes.
Oh, are you asking me?
Can we? Yeah.
You know what? I've been very negative recently, And I reckon that Sharks game has given me enough to say
Welcome.
we can scrape in. We can scrape into the 8. What do you say?
He's got he said welcome. Welcome when you said being negative.
Welcome
All
to
right,
the
Matt, you can come off.
negativity.
You can
I'm
come
gonna,
off mute,
I'm gonna
Matt.
say, I'm gonna say we can make
someone's
the
not
8
playing.
just, and we'll end in 8th.
And in 8. Matt, where you got us finishing? Can we make the 8?
I think we can. I think
I
we'll
think
go on a
if we
bit of
can,
a
will
run.
we?
Yeah, we will. I'm gonna put it out there. We will.
Let's put it in the universe. Troy?
Yes, we will. Just.
That's what I like. That's what I like, Troy. No bullshit. Just straight up just went, yes, we will. All right. It's just great. There's no need for panic stations last year. There's no need for them
No,
this year.
no
with Troy.
panic buttons either. No.
Yeah, like I said, it's how we win
And,
those games are going to be
look,
important things.
Marlon, there'll be no
We've got a
Gutherino. If we win the competition, there'll be a Gutherino, all right?
Great. We're never going
If
to
we
see
win the
Gutherino.
competition,
Will you
I'm
do
doing
it?
a lot more than a Gutherino. I'll tell you right
Will you
now.
do it nude, Troy? Will you do it nude? Will you do a Gutherino with just
No,
that?
mate. No,
add-on?
you don't want to see that. Trust me.
Can I borrow your hat? Because I'll do it. All right, moving on. Obviously, just to the coaching shortlist. I just want to touch on one thing first of all. Parramatta never released a coaching shortlist, as was rumored to be happening. The coaching shortlist has somehow been made up by those in the media. Matt, you can bring it up whenever you're ready. Thank you. I love when Matt gets it up for me. And the media have somehow found out how many people have interviews. I believe there's actually more people being interviewed than the 6, but that is the 6 that's been leaked that definitely have interviews. Now, I'm going to run you who they are, first of all, because some people won't know. Trent Barrett, obviously the current interim coach, previously coached at Manly and the Bulldogs. Josh Henne, I don't know, is he assisting? Where's he assisting at the moment? Does anyone know?
He's at Cronulla.
Sharp.
Is that
And
Cronulla?
he
So
did. He took over from
And
John
yeah, no,
Morris when
interim.
he got sacked.
Yeah, and he's interim at North Queensland as well, wasn't he?
Queensland assistant.
Obviously, Michael Maguire, Coach Wigham over there in the Super League before coming to South Sydney. Obviously, the Tigers, current New South Wales coach. Previous New Zealand coach, he's obviously the experienced one. Jason Riles, obviously being the next in line for quite a while, currently assistant coach at Melbourne, rumoured for every job that comes around. Then Brian McDormand. Now, for those that don't know Brian, and I know there's been a few comments about his relationship with Mark O'Neill. He coached Mark O'Neill. That doesn't mean he likes Mark O'Neill, just putting that out there. I've coached people I don't like. Very successful coach in England. I'm a Leeds fan, and he took Leeds to 4 titles and 3 Challenge Cups, so excellent job over there. Obviously coached the England team as well. Very experienced, currently an assistant coach at Newcastle. He's been waiting for an opportunity to come from Australia. Would be a very tough kind of coach and would do a bit of a clean out that we do need. Wouldn't be afraid to make hard calls. And Michael Checker, obviously rugby union coach. What's his experience? He coached Lebanon, didn't he? Was it Lebanon?
Lebanon in the
for a
last
bit there?
World Cup.
Mitch.
Argentina
so-
rugby union head coach.
Yeah. So they believe Jason Riles is the front runner, and I've got him as my front runner. The more I think about it, the more I like Madge as well, as I've touched on before. Look, just off those 6, just your thoughts on the 6 people being interviewed and who you're picking if it's off that list. I know I've done it before. We've got a bit more clarity. We've obviously knocked out Billy Slater. It appears that Luke Burton, Nathan Kalis are in there. They may be getting interviewed. Like I said, there's more apparently that are getting interviewed. I'll start with you, Joel. Your thoughts on the list and who are you picking off those 6?
The more I think about this situation, the more I get pretty confused about things. And I don't know why it has to be such a drawn out process. Like we sacked Brad Arthur. They reckon it was from the 1st of May that it was all agreed upon and it was happening. We've had so much time. Like I reckon half of these people getting interviewed don't deserve to even be stepping foot into a club. They don't have a resume that warrants coaching this team. I'm just shocked that there isn't someone that's actually standing out to actually have this job, and the club hasn't just lined someone up and said, "This is our man. This is who we want. Let's go." Like it just feels a little bit amateurish in a way that we're doing it this way, and that we're giving so many people opportunities that I don't think actually warrant coaching our football team. The longer it goes, I feel like Madge is the front runner because then they're going to respect his wishes about waiting because the media backlash already about him in the Blues is just ridiculous. I just don't believe. I reckon it's just the media trying to bash Parramatta because it sells papers and that's what they love to do. But I don't agree with if he has a day off of Blues coaching, he should be able to talk to Parramatta. But he's my choice. I'd go for Madge. I just think we need that sort of senior figure in the place. I know a lot of people out there have said he's basically exactly the same as Brad Arthur. I don't agree with that at all. I think he's not nothing like Brad Arthur. I'll just put it that
Well,
way.
they're best friends.
Doesn't mean they coach the same.
He's
though.
won a comp. He's won a comp. Brad Arthur hasn't.
Well, Brad was very fatherly. Like I said last time, he was very fatherly to the guys, and I think Madge is protective, but I don't think that he's the same level in terms of
Yeah.
If
I think
anyone's
he's got a high.
down, he's nowhere near you or Brad was.
Madge
You
scares me.
look through that list. You look through that list, and I don't think there's any of that there. Like you've got Madge. I think Riles will be a taskmaster as well. The disadvantage of Riles is having retired recently, be more of a modern day coach than the other ones. Obviously McDortmund as well. He's very strict and by the book, but same thing, has the game moved on a bit too far for him and is he up to this level? So Jake, who are you picking off that list?
Oh, look, I've said before, and I'm going to stick with my guns on Madge. I do. Look, I think that he has a hard edge that I think that we kind of need with our playing group at the moment, potentially. But that McDermott I hadn't heard of much about, but when you just sort of said that, sort of all that there, and I think somebody said he's got a bit of a harder edge as well. I don't know much about him, so I can't really comment on him. But I might do some research and actually look into what he's done and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, people will bag him out as well because the generation he had come through at Leeds was, one of those teams that very rarely come through. And while we're touching on this, obviously pass on, obviously the sad news of Rob Burrow passing away as well. Obviously put up a post the other day, said a big Leeds fan, caught games over there, watched him win a Challenge Cup and watched him when they played in Melbourne. And he was one of those players, one of those once-in-a-generation players that came through. So after that, he hasn't had a lot of success where he's been. But I guess, we can say the same with Trent Barrett. Like Trent Barrett, the rosters he had at Manly and the Bulldogs compared to the roster he has at Parramatta, if he takes us to the finals, I think the decision will be already made by then. But I'd like to see him stay on in some kind of role if he does that because, I guess he's never really had the opportunity to build his teams at the Bulldogs. If he might be going different if he had that Bulldogs team now. But anyway, so who are you picking? You picking Madge, Matt?
Madge,
who are you going?
Yeah, I'll go Madge. But after seeing the game the other night, I noticed some stuff that we've never really done before, and it's kind of the structures that Barrett put in place at Panthers that they still use. And I noticed it a lot during the game the other night, and I liked it. But yeah, I'm choosing Madge. But yeah, it's kind of like the old Jason Taylor days where they had already decided to sign Hagan after they sacked Brian Smith, and he ended up doing that run and getting us to the finals and then not really getting a shot. But yeah, I'd like to see Madge, but I'd still like to see Barrett in some sort of thing if he gets us to the finals.
Yeah, and on that one, the point you make, I'm very surprised that Jason Taylor isn't on that list. Like, as you said, took us on that run in 2017. By all reports, was going to be coaching us when BA did take over. Could have been an 11-year coach at Parramatta like BA was. Like I said, there could be some unfinished business. So, like I said, I'm hearing there is some others being interviewed. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of them. Final say, Troy, obviously on the list, the experience there. What do you like and who are you picking?
Look, I agree about Trent. I don't think he'll get the head coaching job, but keep him on as an assistant, depending on how we go this year. Jason Riles, I've heard, is the front runner and will probably get the job. Madge he would be a good fit. He's been there, done that. This Origin series will be an interesting test, I guess, just to see how he can get an even better side and if they can beat Queensland. So that'll obviously hold him in good stead. Brian McDermott obviously done it in England. Call me crazy, but I'd have a crack at Michael Checker. I mean,
You're crazy.
Yeah, well, I know that. Look what hat I've got on. But look, Michael Checker, he's coached the Wallabies.
We're gonna start calling you Burger King, but it wasn't because of the hat. But anyway.
But why does it have to be a rugby league person? Michael Checker's been in rugby league here and there.
Let's go up to Sir Alex Ferguson then. We're all good.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Klopp just retired.
Michael Checker's been an assistant coach at the Roosters, and we all know how good the Roosters are pumping out their assistant coaches.
That's too much podcasting for you tonight, Troy. See ya.
Well, I am 77 years old, but
this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you make love before you come on air. You come out with stupid shit.
What's that? Adam? No, a completely different look, a completely different coaching format.
Lovely, and a completely different view there by Troy. All right, let's look. We've literally taken an hour and we haven't even previewed Monday's game. So let's get on with it. Thanks for sticking around, guys. If you're doing well, obviously we ran late. We promised you an extra show and we've given you an extra special show. So let's move on to this week's game. I don't think there's anything else we can possibly talk about. So it's on Monday, as I said, King's birthday Monday. It's good to see that. Obviously, actually, I'll give you a joke first of all.
Oh, okay. Right? Here we go.
I'll ask you, Troy. Why can't the English play chess?
Nah, no idea.
Because they lost their queen. Anyway, obviously the King's birthday Monday coming up this week. It still feels weird to say it's the King's birthday. Matt, can you get it back up? I need the deets. Get it back up. Admire that great Canva work that I've done. That's not the right one. That's the team list. We'll go to that later. But Monday, 4 p.m. at Accor Stadium. Get the team list up for me, Matty. Fire away.
Hang on, just go back to that other one.
No. Yeah.
Justin Olam Park.
Anyway, go to the next one.
Well done, Mr. Canva.
Yeah, I know. All right, running through the team list first of all. Gutherson at fullback, Sevo and Russell returning to the wing, Penasini in the centres, Blaze comes into the starting team in the centres, Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses the halves. I thought Dylan was excellent playing his natural game of 5'8". Regan Campbell Gillard, Junior Paul on the front row, obviously expecting Junior to drop to the bench, and Gregor Offengowie to start. Interesting one, though. Who would you have starting there? Kalmar, excellent in the second row. Bryce Cartwright on the second row. Hopgood, if he backs up from Origin at lock. Offengowie, I got his name right at least. It's not Offengowie. Sean Lane, Makatoa, William McGregor, extended bench of RC Harper, Joey Lussick, where he belongs in the 20 jumper, Ryan Madison, who won't play, and Luca Moretti. Look, obviously, admire that one. Read money. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm getting very creative now. You can take it down now, Matt. Your thoughts on the team, Troy? So there's only really one change, really.
Yeah, well, look, it's probably like last week. It's one of the strongest teams that Parramatta can put on the park, isn't it? So, as you said, just the one change. So it's a pretty strong looking lineup.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's our strongest team of the year. Joel?
Yeah, I'd like to see Moretti on the bench. That's my only gripe with that team.
Who are you dropping then? McDowell?
Lane.
You dropping Lane. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I fucking asked that, sorry. Yeah. I gave the bloke some credit for actually being pretty decent last game, but yep, okay. You're dropping him. Yep. Jake?
Oh yeah, I agree that it's probably the strongest one we've set out. If what's his name? Simonson's leg wasn't bad, I'd probably potentially have him in for Sevo. But if Sevo is slowly on the rise to finding some level of form, I'll be happy. But it's the best it's looked for sure.
Yep. And Matt?
Yeah, I like the team. I would have liked to seen Russell probably stay at centre. But yeah, like as we saw last week, I don't know whether you heard it, Adam, but that fifth play run where Dylan screamed out, "Run it, let's go," and they all moved as one. Just seeing Kelmer as well, like I feel like that's a good call, and that play was probably that side again. Just keep running that play every time, and I think we get the Dogs.
Actually, just one thing that was good to see last week was after the try and the and the celebrations after tries, like as Joel mentioned.
Yeah.
A few weeks
Did you
ago.
notice-
They must be listening.
Did you notice the one player that didn't run across and celebrate the tries and just strolled again?
Was it Sebo?
Yeah, he doesn't
No,
know how to
Lane.
run. No.
Oh,
Doesn't. It's like when they do short dropouts. He doesn't know how to reach up because he's never had to reach for anything in his life.
Get rid of
all
him.
right.
Get rid of him.
Yeah. So Monday's game, like I said, obviously get out to that game if you can. Let's try and get a good Parramatta crowd there. But while we've got you, before we'll ask some questions and we're going to obviously go into the game. But if you're at the game on Thursday night, just let us know your thoughts on obviously the crowd interaction and the game day experience. Because Joel said it was flat. I didn't notice the Parras in the tunnel thing. Did they play that again? Or was it not played?
Nah.
It wasn't played.
I didn't hear it or see it on the screen either.
No, it was on the
That's
screen.
wonderful.
Was it?
It was on the screen. They didn't play it, and then instead of a Parra chant, they played some weird. Dun, dun,
No,
dun
you're
over
right. No, that was good though. That was good.
Yeah.
So, first of all, thank you for listening. Secondly, the dum thing, because I sit right near the DJ. That was the DJ because Simon, who's in the comments there, he didn't have his drum with him on Thursday night because he would have come straight from work. So instead of playing the Parra that sounds too loud and over the top, he literally just created a drum and started the chant. Now, if you're actually watching Mr. Music Man, who I've done nothing but bag out, so and yes, Andy, we do agree. Bring back Johnny English, Parra Power to win.
That's DJ K time, is it?
DJ K time. Yep.
Is that the one
Yep.
you're talking
K
about?
Swifty. Yep, that's him.
If he's listening.
And if he's listening, or if anyone knows him, mate, I'll go tell you, do that again because that's so much better than push and play for an automatic chant. Because the chant started with the crowd,
K-time.
obviously, like it was a drum there. Yeah, DJ K time, wonderful. Anyway, moving back to that game, let us know any comments. As I said, yeah, where do we win this game, Troy? Say it, Troy. Say it.
On the field, Adam. On the field. The start is crucial. Last week, Cronulla scored the first try. We can't afford to let the Bulldogs score the first try. We need to start well. We need to know when to throw the offload as well. There was a couple of times last week where they were a little bit iffy, and they went to ground. So just have to be patient and find the right time to do that. But I think if we get the start right, discipline's good, we'll win this game.
Yep, for sure. Matt?
Yeah, I'm thinking RCG running over Reed every time. That might win us the game. Get him off
Again,
his game.
we've used that play before.
Yeah, every time we play the Dogs, we use that play. But yeah, I think they're a lot more dangerous this year. But obviously, I think we can get them on the wings.
On the wings, yeah. Obviously, we
On
know
the
how
wings.
that's huge as well. It means
Everyone
with
always says
Russell and
in
Sebo.
the forwards and stuff. So I think we get them on the wings.
Look, I'm going to have my say because I always leave myself to last for this one, and you all come up with a stupid, on the field, scoring more points. But I'm going to put this quite simply. I still think the Bulldogs halves aren't good enough. I don't think they're great halves. I think our halves take control of this game, and I think we can cut them to pieces. It's as simple as that. Reid will take himself out the game once again because we know how to target him, and we will target him. Get his confidence down defensively, running hard at him, and all of a sudden he's absolutely rooted and can't be creative out of dummy half. He'll be looking for the early kicks once again when he's absolutely busted and they're not on. And you take his kicking game away, it takes so much out of his game. And what I mean by halves is I want both their halves playing both sides of the field in this game and combining as much as they can, because the more they do that, with Blaze going into right centre, it opens up a massive opportunity for our left side to spread the ball. Now, the left side I guess without Akari, it doesn't matter as much, but the right side defensively of the Bulldogs is a lot weaker than their left side in defence. Having Blaze pop in there into our backline moves at first receiver and going Blaze, Mitch, obviously Dylan and Gutho with 4 ball players there is huge. I think we can score a lot of points down that left-hand side, which obviously for us is the Micah Sevo side. So if he's on his game, I think he could have a field day against the Dogs. That's where I think we'll win it. I'll go to you, Joel.
I don't know if we're going to win this game, so I'm not too confident at all. I think this could be a bit of a back to reality check for us very quickly after the weekend's performance. Where we can win it, though, I do echo what you say with the halves. Mitchell's kicking game as well. I think he can control this game purely with his boots. So really keen to see that. And I think Brendan Hands has a big influence on this game as well, with him around the ruck and creating a bit more attacking spark. Will be hard, hopefully, for the Bulldogs to defend. Their forward pack, I still don't rate to this day, but they keep turning up doing a job. Perhaps we can start exploiting what I think is a very horrible forward pack.
Yeah. Jake?
I think it's going to be a battle of the halves and the hookers. When I say the halves, more specifically the kicking game, they're going to have Burton back, and we know who they will target. Well, personally, I think they will target actually Russell, because I think he's been shown in the past that he hasn't got, the best catching game under those high balls from Burton. But I think, on the other end, in terms of distance, we know that Mitch, what he can do kind of thing. So I think it's whoever's going to take control of that kind of area will get the jump on the other team. And then in terms of the hookers, I think it's because they both do so much work in defense. And then depending on who can who can be protected more almost, and then they can still have that impact in attack. I think that's the most important thing. And as I said earlier, I kind of think what we've done well in the past against them is get under Reed's skin and just target him all game and put him off his game. If we can do that, I really think that's where we'll win the game.
Yeah, sorry, I saw Simon's comment. Any chance Burton will do a bomb? I think that's the only kicking game he has. All right, guys, once again, let us know if you've shared it. We'll start that. We'll pick. Actually, no, we're just going to do it. Fuck it. So the person going in the draw tonight, there's only a few of you have shared it, is Marlon Weber. Look, it's your birthday. We're going to chuck you in. And it's more just the fact that you've constantly put shit on Troy all night. So I love that from you. It makes you practically part of the family. So keep going, guys. We've got about 3 more.
I thought you were my friend, Marlon.
Three more podcasts. Obviously, before we draw that at the Newcastle. I'm trying to break a record for saying obviously now. All right, let's go on to our bold predictions. I'm going to go first because I never get to go first. I just want people to remember this as well. The Bulldogs were not good last week. Okay, Newcastle were fucking terrible. I touched on this on the League of Inches podcast the other day. The Bulldogs have essentially, and this could come back and find us, they've beaten no one so far. If you look at their games, they've beaten the Knights twice, they've beaten some other teams. They've lost some games that they should have won. They are not that good of a team. They've been lucky. They're literally only sitting 2 wins above us the way we played. Don't let it fool you, the media hype and the way their fans are carrying on. They're not that good. They will not play finals football. Parramatta 40-10. Micah Sevo hat-trick. And first try scorer will be Sevo. Troy?
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was listening to your advice there about how Sevo could have a field day, so I just thought
That's why he went first.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna give you free advice from the game plan I've studied, then fucking let you steal what I'm saying.
Okay, well, I'll go 36-24, Parramatta to win. I'll go Will Penasini, first try scorer. And bold prediction. I always get stuck on these ones. I hate these ones. Come back to me for that one.
No. Say it, baby. Say it.
Michael Sivo, 200 plus meters.
He's fucking bold. All right.
There you go.
Jake, I'll be nice to you because you knew.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm going to go 28-12 to the Eels.
No, thank you, Jake. Thank you for being a nice guy, all right? Thank you. All right, go.
You'll learn, Jake. Don't worry.
What was your score?
28-12 to the Eels.
You can't have that one because Hayden's already got that in the comments.
Oh,
He's got 28-18. I had 28-12.
Okay.
But
Okay, you can have
pass.
28-12 then. That's all right.
Well,
You can have that. Sorry,
not
Jake.
anymore. Did you
We
say
like
Blaze?
you more than Hayden anyway.
Did you say Blaze for first try scorer?
No.
Hayden. Troy.
No.
I'm gonna go Blaze.
I said Will.
All right, I'm gonna go Blaze. I reckon he's gonna dummy to Sivo and go in for himself. I don't have a bold prediction planned. Blaze for a double, Sivo for a double. 4 on the same side.
Oh, okay,
Are they on the same side?
nice.
Yeah,
They should be. You think they would be? You think Russell and Penasini would be together? Yeah. Because
Yeah,
Penasini's usually with Bailey, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right.
double, both
Joel?
left side double.
Yep.
Against an arch rival. Parramatta 22. The Dogs 14.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like
I can-
28 or
I'm
something.
gonna take. I can actually put the eel logo back on Joel this week.
First try scorer, though, I am actually going to say Reid Marnie. I think he'll score first. Bold prediction, I think all our points will be scored through our spine. So that is our 1, 6, 7, and 9, by the way.
And
Just
our
to
13.
clarify.
Our 13 is part of the spine.
No, it's 13.
We're
Disagree.
not having this argument 2 nights in a row. The
Disagree.
13 is part of the spine. No,
I
13
don't
is part
agree.
of your spine.
Jake, what do you
I
think?
you're-
Are you
No,
saying
it's-
13 is?
No, 13's not. No way.
Yeah, 100%.
13 is part of your
It's
spine.
1, 6, 7, and 9.
13
Spine is 1, 6, 7, and 9.
Listen
No,
to
you-
James
you-
Graham's
you-
podcast when he asks, "Who's your dream spine?" 1, 6, 7, 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Your
It's
modern
1, 6,
modern day
7,
spine
9.
includes your 13. They're such a crucial
Oh,
part of ball playing.
shut
in the
up,
modern
Mr.
game.
Canva. You got no idea.
Super cage.
Mate, if you're looking at our spine, it's basically our 13. He's just another prop, really.
He does ball play, just doesn't do it that well.
And
All
we
right,
must say, as Tim Big Red
Dean, you're right.
has
It's
just
1, 6, 7, 9.
said, it's Clint Gutherson's 200th NRL game as well on Monday.
Are we sure about that?
Well, there was a little bit of confusion that I saw. I think Fox had it up as 198 last week. Someone said one, and then I worked it out to be 199 this week, and then 200.
They
next
obviously
week
forgot
as
about
opposed
that one game he played against played for Manly. They obviously forgot about
to- 5
that.
apparently.
Format-
Played 5.
5 was it? Yeah, right.
With the
I
man
didn't
bun.
realize he played that, man.
With his man bun.
I just want to put this out there as well because my prediction was pretty bold for Sivo first try, so Sivo to score 3, Parramatta by 30 plus. It's $131 that multi. Parramatta are $1.72 favourites, so I'll be having a fiver on that, and I'll be power playing it for $152 thanks to the folks at Sportsbet still waiting for our sponsorship.
Gamble
But
responsibly. If you need help.
yeah, you win some, you lose most. Anyway, Matt, what do you got?
Well, it seems Jake took both my score and my first try scorer. I've had to switch it around. So I'm going to go for 32-12. I'm going to say Gutho with the inside ball from Mitch. And I'm going to put as my bold prediction, he hasn't done it yet, but Mitch Moses to kick a 2-point field goal right on halftime.
Okay. I'll allow it. All right, this has been a
5
fucking long podcast.
5
It's almost
converted
bedtime.
tries and a 2-point field goal.
And if Guffo runs out in those coloured boots, I'm buying grand final tickets.
Longer when you're busting for a piss. Hurry up and end it.
Oh, I'm going to end it, but we've got to get to some starred comments. Get your questions in first, guys. Have you got any good questions? Any starred comments you want to bring up, Matt?
We're also on YouTube as well now, apparently.
I'm about
Any
to walk
YouTube
off.
comments?
Well, we're not. Well, no one's watched us on YouTube because there hasn't been one YouTube comment come through. Questions. Hayden, ask us a question. Actually, give us something good on this podcast for once. Also, is there any videos floating around you off your face after your wisdom tooth removal, Hayden? Because I would love to see them. Yeah, we forgot about State of Origin. I want to go to the Corey's one about, and we'll go to that one. Yeah, let's do a quick score prediction. New South Wales 22-14. Joel?
I forget what I said last night, but I'm already taking that scoreline back because I forgot it was playing at Sydney and it's going to be a low-scoring game.
I've gone Queensland 22-14. I don't know why I said New South Queensland 22-14. Go, Joel.
I'm going to say New South Wales 14 points to 8.
Yep. Jake?
New South Wales 14-12.
Matt?
New South Wales 28-16.
Troy?
New South Wales 18-14.
All right. Travis, your comments there. What do you think about the press conference when Baz and Gutho said about putting Lane in the middle makes him not have to think much? We spoke about it earlier. Like I said, he played some of his best footy when he started that way in 2022. They wanted to make the touch on that he obviously wasn't. They said he's a very smart man. Look, obviously those comments were made in good fun. They seem to obviously all have a good relationship, and Trent seems to have a good relationship with Wes. Oh, thanks, Brendan.
Oh,
Brendan!
We've got a YouTuber.
Brendan,
We've got a YouTuber.
It's as simple as this. Brendan, you just got yourself
He's in
added
the draw?
into that draw for the one ticket because you're the first person to comment from YouTube. I'm so glad you did that, Brendan.
Done.
That was fantastic. Joel really needs to piss. So, any other questions anyone wants to ask? Any chance Parra will go for Swalihi if he doesn't go to Union since his mates are Pennicity? I'd love to see it. But
oh, look out. I tell you what they're doing.
Adam was talking.
I'll tell you what they're doing. So they're dropping off Facebook and they're going onto YouTube.
Yeah, lovely. Anyway, I was answering that question. I'll take my time with it.
Shut up.
Any chance we'll go for Sully if he doesn't go to Union since his mates are Pennicity? I'd love to see it, but if he comes across, he's going to be a winger because Pennicity and Lomax will be our centres. If he does come across, I'd love to see him come across. Well, there's rumours that Australian Rugby can't afford him. So if they can't afford him, he'll look to come back
Joel,
eventually.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Any news on Blaze? Joel, any news on Blaze?
Yeah, he's streaming, ready to go.
Streaming, ready to go. No,
You about this?
The news on Blaze is I think the club will be confident they can keep him, I reckon.
I think he's close. They're just waiting on a coach announcement before he officially signs.
Yeah, I think that's what it is as well. I know that they've offered him more money than anyone else, and the club have made him priority. And the club has made all the juniors coming through a priority. So there was a question asked earlier if we're going to sign anyone else besides Lomax. I believe the reason players are being told to go or they're not required anymore, and we're not looking to actively sign anyone else. I still think we need some depth signings, but big signings is because they want to obviously sign that good youth teams coming through that obviously won the Harold Matts and not the Harold Matts, the SG Ball and stuff.
I'm hearing we've got about 6 of them locked up already for the next couple of years. So,
right.
6 juniors?
Yeah,
6 players that come out of that SG Ball team. How was it, Joel?
I love Blaze. Oh, that was great. I feel like a new man. Sorry, I you know what's happened, guys? Let everyone in here. There's sickness in my household. Everyone is sick bar me so far, and I feel like I'm starting to get something, and I'm always just trying to flush myself out with some water. I've drank 3 bottles of water so far this show.
Yes, Brad Arthur.
It's ready to go. We're good.
Cool story, Joel. All right, we can finish it now. Joel's back. I don't think there's any other really important questions.
Put a picture of Joel.
Robert Delaney wants to know, Joel, did you shake and wash your hands? How many times did you shake it, Joel?
Oh, I better not say what I was going to say. A couple. Got it out.
Couple
Someone
all right,
wanted to
3
watch
times.
you as well on camera. Jeez, you
Do
got
we,
fans,
No
guys.
wash.
What do you reckon of this one? Do you reckon Dunster
do you reckon
comes back?
I don't. Unfortunately, he's had
I think he'll
a lot
leave
of
Parra.
injuries very early.
Yeah, it's a shame because to potentially show when he first debuted, obviously hasn't been able to get to that level, and I wish him all the best. Big fan of his when he first come into the team and decent human being as well. But I think for him to get some confidence, he either needs to go somewhere he's going to get regular game time or look to go to the Super League. And that's the first player I've sent to the... Actually, no, it's the second player I've sent to the Super League this year because Sean Lane's due to go there as well. I think there's a fair chance that Maddo might end up there if he doesn't end up medically retired. But, all right, who are the players we know have been told to leave? At the moment, Ryan Madison has been told he's no longer required at Parramatta.
Hayes and Blaze.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. All right. I've got nothing else. This has gone for way too long. I was just trying to reach the hour and a half mark, but I can't talk for another hour and 30 minutes. So to take us out, Troy doing a Gutharino.
It's only a minute and
Yes.
Troy.
Wait, it's only- hang on. Oh,
You're not going to be able to see him because he'll.
hey.
Shake it, baby.
What?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
That was
Everyone's
his missus'
telling me it was
birthday
awesome.
present. It's as simple as that. And that's how long it lasted as well. All right. Sivo to the Super League. Yeah, that was the other one. I've actually seen a few there. Why isn't Matt Dory being picked? I believe he was out with injuries and the BA wasn't a fan of him. So
Sorry,
I
that
think he's
wasn't
one
the
with
best.
some
Sorry about that. I'll work on that.
regular game time. I think he'll force his way in and maybe take Lane Nakatawa's spot. All right. 54 seconds. Taking us out of here is Troy, the King.
Sorry,
Water.
Alexander. I ruined your eyes, but you wanted to watch Joel go to the toilet. Geez, I don't know how that works. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, listening on YouTube and Facebook. And it'll be out on Apple and Spotify tomorrow if you want to catch a replay.
Hang on,
Thank you very
wait,
much.
Troy. Fittler for
What?
Parramatta. Mate, Brad Fittler couldn't even coach in New South Wales with a Penrith spine that had won 3 comps in a row. Okay? Brad Fittler is a space cadet with no idea. Sorry, Troy, finish off. No, I don't want him anywhere near our club.
He also walks in front of cars in the car park because he did that after the Manly game this year. And my auntie beeped the shit out of him. We didn't realize who it was. And he turned around to the car and it was Freddie. And I yelled out the window, Freddie, what are you doing? You fucking Looney Tune. You space cadet.
Gone over time now, but thank you to Paradise Mowing Solutions, Tate Sports Cards, BMA Trucking. That was the Talking Para podcast for round 14.
And he fucked the
Join
Blues.
us next Tuesday. Go on, Adam. Say
Fuck
your
off,
say.
Michael. Fuck off, Michael. All right.